So this is my 1961, I'll call it, because that is what the engine initially was, and that is roughly the time period of the transmission. Tunnel rail, I guess. I've been working on getting some suspension fitment done. I haven't done a lot yet. Mainly just kind of trying to get it to sit the way I wanted it to. It was about a foot off the ground. This is the way we want it to ride. This is the way it's going to be. I'm going to put twin semi-cab airbags out front to take the place of the original springs. I think I'll end up leaving one pack of springs half in as a sway bar. Well, I guess we'll just see how that works out. So I'm going to have two twin airbags for the actual springs, and I may actually do a couple of shock absorbers inboard, running this way to take the place of the factory shock absorber locations. We'll see how that goes. We'll be fitting electric power steering rack off of some used car, Saturn Ion, Toyota Prius, whatever, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna have an electric power steering rack in this little situation right here, and steering quickener that will have a disconnect on it so that it can be driven with a normal steering ratio, and then putting in the pin, you'll have a nearly 2-to-1 ratio coming out of the power rack. And then the steering angle is about as tight as I can get it right now. But that should be alright. The next major component is going to be, and this is in no way, shape, or form the order that it'll be done in, right? Because, you know, relocating the battery to this front beam for weight distribution. I would like to get a BMW ABS system put on here, wheel speed sensors, yaw sensor, ABS control circuit, the whole 9 yards. I need to, at ride height, I would like to keep my, shafting all nice and straight. So definitely going to need to look at drop spring plates. I'm going to get some IRS pockets ordered and go to an IRS with a 3x3 arm, and then I'll be doing an extensive lift on the transmission. How I want to do the rear airbags, I'm not 100% certain, but I'm going to have so much space in here that I'm going to probably do something with that. Some weird geometry, some weird linkage or something like that takes a rotational motion and brings it back to a linear motion. Transmission is going to be coming out of a 1973 thing, and like I said, I'm going to get IRS pockets, and I will be taking the motor is also a 1600 out of the thing. This 1200 is locked up. The cylinders are rusted. I haven't looked at the crank yet. So the motor is going to be a stock 1600 build until I get some type of funding on the project, with 2 AMR 300 turbochargers and 3 RBH 31 2 AMR 300 superchargers and 2 RBH 31 turbochargers running off of a Speeduino board powered by a STM32 running a Rust EFI firmware, which is just a more advanced software version for the hardware, and that'll have CAN bus. I'd like to do a floating dash in the steering wheel, so that, you know, like on the spinners of the old days, no matter which way you turn which way the wheel is turned, the one end will always be down, and then have a small CAN bus display in the center of it with some CAN bus push buttons. I mean, it's a small steering wheel, so I don't got a lot of room to work with there, but I have some in the middle that I can put some small 1-inch or 0.71 inch color LCD displays, individually wired up to their own CAN bus, so they can display whatever I want them to, and then switch on and off whatever I want them to. So that would be the ideal thing. Maybe 1 or 2 functions per button. So that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool, actually. Am I forgetting anything? Okay, so I don't know how small tires I can get stretched onto these fronts, but I think I can probably have them get 245/30s on there. And it's 265/30 now. So 245/30s on the front, and something like a bigger. Something like a 275 or 285/40, or a 305/40, something like that, in that size range. The frame is going to get stretched out this way and then brought back, and I don't know if I'm just going to leave the stuff that's here now and basically bring out one more piece off of this. I got 2 good mount points here, and bring basically another hoop up and go over, because this is below head height when you're sitting. So got a big old woodpecker in the trees over there. So then the paint's gonna get weird, I think. I think I'm gonna use white paint, holographic powders, and clear coat. We'll see. Okay, well, I'm making this video so that I can have my AI agent watch this video and help make proposals for potential sponsors for this project. So it's the world we live in today, guys.